Hello and welcome to Unit 1 in our New Mexico History Intercession course. With this unit, what we'll be doing is building a foundation for the next 2 weeks. So please note here right off the bat that this unit is a bit different in terms of structure than the other units will be. For Units 2 through 6, I tried to be fairly uniform so you will know what to expect, you'll know what you need to do. I'm not going to throw you curveballs or change things up. Unit 1, again, is a little bit different. What you'll be doing here, of course, if you've taken online classes, should be somewhat familiar in terms of introducing yourself to the class on the discussion board. Also, I'm going to ask you to create an avatar for Blackboard, and there are instructions on how to do that. We're also going to get acquainted with Twitter so that you'll be able to use it over the course of the next 2 weeks. And then there will be some questions that you'll need to respond to based on some initial readings and investigations. So what those exercises will be geared toward is to help us think about what history is. So that might seem like a very straightforward question. You might already have ideas about what that means. You'll find that history is not just memorizing a bunch of dates and names. You probably don't think that anyway, hopefully, but if you do, you can let those ideas go. We're not here to memorize a bunch of stuff. Instead, we're here to explore the past and try to figure out why it's significant to us, to learn to navigate some of the new technologies that are becoming increasingly more necessary for us in today's world, and learn how to use those effectively to communicate with one another, but also to do academic work, to analyze the past, to understand how to locate and identify credible information about the past or really about anything, and then how to put all of that information together in a way that will allow us to tell a story about New Mexico's past. So along the way then, we're going to be talking about what history is, what the sources of history are, how you can best find those, and then also we'll be talking in this unit about how to create effective discussion questions. That's something that you'll be doing in Units 3, 4, and 6. Those units will require discussion posts. Units 2 and 5 will be working on blogs, so we'll be doing something slightly different there. But what you'll be doing with the discussion questions is trying to formulate questions about what we've been studying that will require the rest of us to think more deeply about certain topics or about certain areas of study. That will require us to draw on information from the e-text or the mile or the videos that we've been using, and use that information as evidence to respond to and then kind of flesh out and think about the topic that you've raised in your question. So that's where we're headed in this unit. We're also going to take a brief look at the course timeline. You won't have to do any postings yet on that timeline. That'll come in Unit 2, and then you'll do that regularly throughout the rest of the intercession. This unit, you just have to familiarize yourself with it, with the timeline, how to access it, how to sign in, that sort of thing. So please ask questions whenever you have them. There are a couple of forums on the discussion boards for that. There's a forum just to ask general questions that you don't quite know the answer to. If you post there, other people in the class will be able to chime in and help out. Sometimes that's quicker than just asking me, but I try to respond, I should say, as quickly as I possibly can, especially during the intercession. So I've given you my email. You can use the messages tool here within Blackboard, but you can also use my Google Voice number to send me text messages, and I'll try to get back to you on those as quickly as I possibly can. So my point here is ask questions early and often whenever you have them, and we'll do our best to work together to create and build a body of knowledge about New Mexico history as a class and to learn from one another. That's something that I've always appreciated, and I think I've realized even more having worked as an instructor now for the past almost 10 years, we're getting close, that teaching is really one of the best ways to learn something. Creating something that other people can read and learn from is the best way for you yourself or for me to be able to learn something. And so I always learn from you all in these courses, and I always appreciate your unique insights on New Mexico's past. So I'm looking forward to learning from you and sharing with you. I hope that you enjoy Unit 1.